So today we'll be learning our flare dress. So going to my textbook, page 92, I have the flare dress there, and I follow the steps. So if you don't have this, the pattern textbook, you can get yours at Jumai store. So these are the components. You have different styles when dealing with flare dress, but the components of the flare dress we'll be learning today. You have the sleeve, the belt, lace detail, and your yoke. So what is yoke? Yoke is just like it's like a style line that it's like a style line that you cut out of your main pattern in order to twitch the design. When I say twitch, maybe you want to like use another you want to make that part a well detailed design, or you want to use another color, you want to do color blocking, or you want to use another kind of fabric that is different from the main fabric you are using to sew your clothes. So that is why you have a yoke design. So this yoke that is at the upper part of my fabric, I twitched this yoke design with my lace details. So I decided to put my lace details on the upper part of the body, and as well I did a yoke style line on the sleeve too. As you can see, my sleeve is a bishop sleeve, so I have my yoke cut out on it. So if you want to do your details, your lace details, it's not necessarily you do this, my design on the board. You can decide to be creative with your own design. You can add your lace details to your hem, your flare hem. You can decide to use it as maybe your sleeve or something. Just be creative with it, and at the end of the day, you still achieve your flare dress. So how do I achieve my flare dress using my basic pattern? All you need to do is draft your basic pattern first, which I have done. I extended the length to my desired dress length, which I've done, and I am going to turn my dart into flare. So in the process of turning my dart into flare, I will need to draft it on a pattern paper, just to show you the illustration on how to turn your dart into flare. But right now we are still doing styling, interpretation of this style on the body's pattern. So that's what we are going to do right now. So now for my back shoulder, I need to mark out my dart for the back. You know, our back shoulder is always more than the front shoulder. So that little excess you have, we always turn it to that, which I'm going to do now. Is that you eliminate it or turn it to that. But in case whereby we are working with a flare and I want to turn that dart into flare, so I'm going to need the dart at the back. So I'm creating my dart. Okay, so this is the little excess that I have at the back. All I need to do now is to extend this my back shoulder dart and let it connect to the waist dart. Like that. Then the next thing to do is to extend my waist dart to the hem area. What I've done. Then I come to the front and I'm going to do the same thing. Connect this dart to the waist dart. Like that. Then I'm extending the dart straight down. So I've extended my dart. Now, the next thing to do now is to close my shoulder darts in order for me to create my yoke style line, my design. So your yoke could either be curved, straight, sweetheart, whatever design you want to bring out, or V. So me, I'm going to do a curved yoke. So now, doing my curved yoke, I need to get my point, my yoke point here at the armhole. So I can just say I can say I want my yoke to start here, mark it, then you come to the back and mark your yoke point as well. So okay, so whatever you have here, you have there too, like that. So that's my yoke point. Now I need to give my yoke a shape. So giving my yoke a shape, I need to know whether it's going straight or I'm doing V or curved. So in the situation whereby my design says a slight curve, that's like a canoe. So I have to blend this with my French curve to my yoke depth. So my yoke depth, you measure from your neck base to wherever you want your yoke depth to be. So let me mark this point 15 cm. 15 cm as the yoke depth. Then I'm connecting this and this together with my French curve. But remember that you have closed this dart partially to create the yoke. So then I come to the back and mark my yoke point as well. So you know I've already marked the point at the armhole. Now I'm going to mark the yoke depth. So my yoke depth for back, I'm doing, let me do 18 cm. So let me do 18 cm. Now see the connection. You see, I'm connecting my bag like that. This is my yoke for the bag. And I'm doing my yoke for front. Is this for her? Okay, so I've connected my yoke points and my yoke threads. I've connected for the back and for the front. So now you can see before you create your neckline, you are doing a round neck. Before you mark your so after I've marked out my okay, so I hope you know that this dart has been closed. Closed. Then this one too, you close it. Closed. So now that I've closed the dart on my yoke pattern, the next thing to do is to now create another slash line on the remaining bodies so that I can now spread it according to the fullness that I want. So I'm going to do one more slash line to my back like that. Then I'm going to do one more slash line to the front. Like this. So I have slash line, slash line, slash line, and slash line. My center back is on fold. Fold. So now after I have my slash line, then I'm going to mark my neck out. And when marking your neck out, make sure you know it doesn't have zip. Make sure your head, the kind of neckline you choose, should be the one that you know your head can pass through. So for me, I'm going to do a canoe neck. A canoe neckline. So since my shoulder that has been closed, I can just do my canoe neck this way. Mark the depth and mark the width for your canoe neck. Connect it with curve. Do the same thing for back. Mark the depth, mark the width, and mark the depth for your canoe neck. Like that. So the reason we use canoe neck is because it's wider. It's wider at the width area. So in that case, if you wear it, it will enter your head. So connecting your neck, you have this. Then connected for the front, you have that. Remember your shoulder that is close to like that. So now that you are done with the neck and we have done our slash lines, the slash line now is going to be, you are going to cut through from the hem of the dress up to this yoke point. And remember, I'm going to do an illustration for you on a pattern paper so that you understand it better. So you slash to this point, then you slash this one to this point, close this little dot that you have left. Then you slash the back all the way to the yoke line, and you slash the second line all the way to that point, and you now spread it. You use your slash and spread method. You place it on another fabric, on another paper, and spread according to the amount of wideness that you want your flared dress to be. So now, going to the sleeve, all you need to do is draft your basic sleeve pattern first, which I'm going to do on the board right now. Okay, so now, achieving my sleeve, you must draft your basic sleeve first, which I've done on the board. Then the next thing is to mark the yoke point on my sleeve. So marking the yoke point, if you come to my back pattern here, I'm going to measure from my SP here to the point here for the back. Then I come to the back section of my pattern, of my sleeve pattern, and measure from this point to 0, whatever I have here, from here to this point. I'm going to measure same thing to that. Let's say that is the point. From here to here is from here to here on the back part. So for the front, I'm going to measure from SP to that yoke point. So I come to the front part. Here, I measure from 0 all to that mark. That's to the point. So now I'm connecting this to this with my curve rule. Like that. So I'm turning this, my sleeve yoke, into my lace detail. So you know, this is the sleeve yoke. So now, to achieve the puffy part of the bishop sleeve, I'm going to do slash and spread on the remaining pattern. So I'm going to do my slash lines in order to spread it. Slash lines. Slash lines. And slash line. So I have my slash lines. Then I'm going to spread it. So you slash it to the tip, slash to the tip, slash to the tip, slash to the tip, slash to the tip. Don't cut it through. Slash to the tip and spread to the amount of fullness you want here. Then you gather it and use the cuff to finish the gathered area. So that is that. Then this is your yoke part of the sleeve. You place this pattern on your lace material and cut. Same thing with this back yoke and the front yoke. You place it on the lace material, whatever material you are using to cut the yoke. Then as for the remaining part of the dress, we'll do a slash and spread. Spread it with the amount of fullness or flare that you want. Don't slash it through. Just slash it. So I'll place it on another paper to spread. So I'm going to do a short illustration with a miniature pattern just for you to understand better what I have done on the board. Thank you.